My name's Jerry Hozick, and I'm with Team Collaboration Software LLC, and this is a little application we put together called Cemetery Manager. And we did it rather quickly in a few days, just a couple of people, and it really involves three basic steps, and let me go through those steps. First, we acquired from the cemetery a plan drawing, either scan it in or get us a PDF. And we use this in a CAD/CAM package like AutoCAD. In this case, we used MicroStation and referenced it and digitized each one of these as an individual parcel. That actually was the most laborious part of the whole project, was to digitize this. It took me, I'm not the best CAD developer, but it took me about a day and a half to digitize this entire file. The next step is my partner ran a program which took every one of the elements that I had created in the CAD/CAM file, and it created a row in a cemetery plot table that we created. And that table can have any kind of information that you would like. This is some of the columns that we defined as a sample, but it can be unlimited, the number of columns that you want to put here, the kind of information you want to track. And really there's only a few buttons that you have to understand to be able to get around the form, and that's the Q&A button, and that allows you to query, save changes, and exit. So let's say I wanted to find out how many people in the cemetery have a last name of Smith. So I'll hit question. That puts me in the query mode, and now I can enter in the criteria, Smith. And I can hit answer. Before I hit answer, though, I'm going to count hits to see how many that's going to retrieve. That's going to retrieve 5. So I'm going to hit answer, and it brings them up. There's a Bill Smith, a David Smith, a Sally Smith, a Mary Smith, a Willard Smith. So there's our 5 records. Now, this is sample data. Don't go to St. Patrick Cavalry Cemetery and expect to find these people. This is just for demonstration purposes. But let's say I wanted to find out where Bill is interred. Now this actually is their actual cemetery parcels. It's just sample data. But that's where Bill's at. Let's go see David. Just one more, Sally. We can see Sally's in block 89. So there's 5 Smiths buried in the cemetery, and we got there from the database. So we're using the database, in this case 11G Oracle Fusion middleware. But any tool that can accept and issue an API could be interfaced with this, any kind of an HTML UI. Now again, because we digitized the map, instead of going from the data row, I can just go to the map of the entire cemetery, and I can get to that same form. Let me zoom in over here on this section. Remember, Sally was buried in block 89. So if I click on Review with Oracle Form, I can click on that and accept it and bring up that same Oracle Form with the information. So what this allows you to do is basically go from the map to the database, or from the database to the map. And in the map itself, we can, like we did in that form, we did a query to find out how many people were buried with the last name of Smith, and the form told us there were 5, and we were able to go to those. Well, I can do that same kind of a query here. Let me place a fence, and again we can place all kinds of fences. We can do this by radius or by a polygon, multi-shape polygon, by a circle, all kinds of options. But I'm just going to place a fence around the entire cemetery. And now I'm going to do what we call a find data by query. This is an ad hoc spatial query. I'm basically coming in, I'm going to find all the cemetery plots, and this tells us what columns we have in that. So I want to find where the last name is equal to Smith. So now you can see it's starting to highlight some. We can actually go one step farther and fill it. Let's make them red. And now I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, window in, and take a little bit closer look. So here's 3 of the 5 Smiths. Now, in addition to this review with Oracle form, we can also bring up what we call the database viewer, and this allows us to see whatever we have in the database. So here's Mary Smith, there's Bill Smith, there's Willard Smith, and the other 2 I think are over here. There's Sally Smith and David Smith. So that's basically how we can take a drawing, and it doesn't have to be of a cemetery. This happens to be in context of a cemetery, but this could be a drawing of a city at a county level. It could be a factory floor. It could be inside of a computer. And we can link those elements to data in the database and use the link and view to integrate the user interface to be able to access that as a integrated GIS. Thank you very much for your attention.